Kevin Costner was born into a working-class family in California, where frequent moves shaped his sense of independence and adaptability from an early age. His father worked in utilities, and his mother dedicated herself to social service, teaching him the value of responsibility and empathy. As the youngest of three boys, he learned to observe the world closely, often finding comfort in stories and imagination. Though he did not dream of stardom as a child, creativity slowly found its way into his life. While studying marketing and finance at California State University, Fullerton, an unexpected encounter with actor Richard Burton inspired him to explore acting seriously. That moment planted a seed of confidence and direction. Costner began taking acting classes and working small theater roles while juggling ordinary jobs. His path was not glamorous or fast, but it was guided by quiet determination and a belief that persistence could shape his future. A slow and steady rise to fame. Kevin Costner's rise in Hollywood did not happen overnight. His early career was marked by small roles and missed opportunities, including a part in The Big Chill that never appeared in the final cut. Instead of discouraging him, this experience strengthened his resolve. Director Lawrence Kasdan remembered his presence and later cast him in Silverado, giving him his first real breakthrough. From there, audiences began to notice his calm intensity and grounded performances. Films like The Untouchables, Bull Durham, and Field of Dreams established him as a symbol of sincerity and quiet heroism. His characters often reflected honesty, courage, and emotional depth, qualities that resonated deeply with viewers. Costner's success felt earned rather than manufactured. He represented a kind of American storytelling that focused on values, relationships, and personal struggle, helping him become one of the most recognizable faces of his generation. Defining a legacy with Dances with Wolves. The turning point in Kevin Costner's career came with Dances with Wolves, a project he chose not only to star in, but also to direct and produce. At a time when few believed in its success, he trusted his instincts and embraced a story centered on respect, culture, and human connection. The film went on to win multiple Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director, cementing his place in cinematic history. More than awards, the film changed how stories about the American West and Native communities were approached in mainstream cinema. Costner's courage to pursue a meaningful narrative showed his commitment to thoughtful storytelling rather than easy success. This achievement shaped how he viewed his role as an artist, proving that taking risks for the sake of authenticity could lead to lasting impact. It became a symbol of his belief that films should inspire reflection, not just entertainment. Life beyond the spotlight. Outside of acting, Kevin Costner built a life centered on family, music, and quiet passions. He became a father of 7 and often spoke about how deeply parenthood influenced his priorities. Away from red carpets, he preferred ranch life, time with loved ones, and creative expression through music. His band, Kevin Costner and Modern West, allowed him to tell stories through song, reflecting themes of love, loss, and the American landscape. This balance between fame and personal life gave him stability during years of intense public attention. Known for generosity and humility, he supported environmental and children's causes without seeking publicity. Rather than chasing trends, he chose projects and experiences that aligned with his values. This grounded approach helped him avoid many of the excesses often associated with Hollywood, allowing him to age with dignity and maintain a strong connection to his personal identity, love, marriage, and personal growth. Kevin Costner's romantic life unfolded alongside his career, shaping him through different stages of maturity. His first marriage to college sweetheart Cindy Silva began before fame arrived and lasted through the height of his success. Together they raised 3 children, and she supported him during uncertain early years. As his career expanded, the demands of filmmaking placed strain on their relationship, eventually leading to divorce after 16 years. Later, he found love again with Christine Baumgartner, building a family that brought renewed joy and purpose. Their marriage reflected a quieter chapter focused on stability and shared values. Though that relationship eventually ended, both unions taught him lessons about balance, commitment, and growth. Costner has often reflected on how these experiences shaped his understanding of responsibility and emotional maturity, reminding him that personal life requires the same care and honesty as any professional achievement. A career renaissance with Yellowstone. In recent years, Kevin Costner experienced a renewed wave of recognition through his role in the television series Yellowstone. Playing the complex ranch patriarch John Dutton introduced him to a new generation of viewers while reaffirming his strength as a dramatic actor. The character's struggle to protect family and land mirrored Costner's own connection to the American West and themes of loyalty. Critics praised his performance for its depth and restraint, showing that his talent remained powerful with age. This role did not feel like a return to old fame, but a continuation of thoughtful storytelling. It allowed him to explore maturity, legacy, and responsibility in a way that resonated widely. Through Yellowstone, Costner proved that meaningful roles are not limited by time, and that experience can add layers of authenticity that younger performances cannot replicate. Robert Redford as a guiding influence. As Kevin Costner reached his later years, he began openly reflecting on the influence of Robert Redford. More than a fellow actor, Redford represented an artistic ideal he admired deeply. Costner has spoken about how Redford's quiet strength and thoughtful choices shaped his own view of storytelling. Redford's transition into directing and his creation of the Sundance Institute showed that an actor could also be a voice for meaningful cinema. This example encouraged Costner to trust his instincts and pursue films with purpose rather than popularity. Their connection was not based on competition but mutual respect. Costner often described Redford as someone who did not seek attention, yet commanded it through integrity. This influence stayed with him throughout his career, reminding him that true success lies in artistic courage and personal honesty, rather than constant recognition. Lessons from a shared love of nature. One of the strongest bonds between Kevin Costner and Robert Redford was their shared love for the American landscape. Both men found inspiration in mountains, rivers, and open spaces rather than Hollywood glamour. Their conversations focused more on nature and life than on fame. Redford's stories about films like A River Runs Through It resonated deeply with Costner, especially in their themes of family, silence, and emotional connection. These discussions shaped how Costner approached his own projects, encouraging him to look for meaning beneath surface narratives. Nature became a symbol of reflection and grounding for both artists. This shared perspective reinforced the idea that storytelling should reflect real human experiences, rather than spectacle alone. Through Redford, Costner learned that simplicity and depth could coexist, and that the quietest stories often carry the strongest emotional weight. Integrity and artistic courage. Kevin Costner has often praised Robert Redford for his moral courage in an industry driven by compromise. Redford's dedication to independent film and emerging voices inspired Costner to take risks with projects like Dances with Wolves. He believed that following instinct was worth the uncertainty, a lesson drawn directly from Redford's example. Costner has said that when he directs, he still remembers Redford's calm advice to slow down and search for truth within a scene. This guidance shaped his leadership style on set and his approach to collaboration. Their relationship demonstrated that mentorship does not always require constant presence, but can exist through shared philosophy. Redford's influence encouraged Costner to value integrity over approval. and to see filmmaking as a responsibility rather than a competition. It was a lesson that extended beyond cinema into the way he lived his life, a tribute to friendship and legacy. At 70, Kevin Costner speaks of Robert Redford with gratitude and humility, calling him not just an icon but a teacher and friend. He believes that any film he made that touched audiences was shaped by the example Redford set before him. Their bond reflects something rare in Hollywood, a relationship built on respect rather than rivalry. Costner's tribute is not about fame, but about values, honesty, courage, and devotion to meaningful stories. As he enters the later chapters of his career, he carries Redford's influence as a compass rather than a shadow. The truth he shares now is simple and sincere. Robert Redford helped him understand what it means to be an artist with purpose. Their friendship stands as a reminder that legacy is not measured only by awards, but by the lives and stories shaped along the way.